Hello, everybody. Come on in here. Get to see everybody. All right. Come on in the room. As you're coming in, make sure that you share this broadcast. We're going to be having some good information that um, you're going to want to hear, and definitely share with those that you love and respect. Because what I've learned throughout the years is that it's definitely fun and much better when everybody around you is able to go up and prosper. I got a guest coming on. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Loreal Hartwell, and I am a serial entrepreneur. And I'm given the opportunity tonight from Dr. Jill Tankard to share some information with you that will definitely change your life. It's changing the life of my family and those that are around me. And I know it's going to do the same for you, because the right information at the right time definitely can set you apart and put you light years ahead of those that unfortunately they're just not in the know. So definitely tune in, share this broadcast, comment, let me know where you're streaming in from, and we'll be getting started shortly. I have a guest coming on. Her name is Miss Tiffaney Williams. She is amazing in the credit game, funding with trust, things that a lot of people that unfortunately look like me don't know too much about, but we definitely need it. So I'm going to be bringing on Miss Tiffaney in just a moment here. She is ready to go. Hey, Miss Tiffaney.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
Awesome,
Yes,
awesome.
welcome. Awesome. I see Miss Melissa. Awesome. Tuning in from Greenville, South Carolina. Hey, Miss Lula. Welcome again. Share this feed, guys. We're going to be talking about an amazing platform, a group of people that have come together with like minds and like passions to definitely set up generational wealth. It's okay for us to make it, but we want our children and our children's children to prosper. All right. Hey, Miss Tiff.
Hey, how are you?
I am great. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, Miss Lula, tuning in from North Carolina as well. Welcome to the feed. Okay, we're gonna get started because it's a Wednesday night. I definitely am glad that you all are tuning in. Again, share this feed. Make sure that you comment and let us know where you're tuning in from. We want to talk about our platform that is the brainchild of our visionary, Miss Dr. Jill Tankard. She is a serial entrepreneur and economist, multimillionaire. Her family had a thriving show on Bravo TV, Thicker Than Water. So she has definitely paved the way, and she understands money and the new rules of money. Things that worked 2 or 3 years ago are not working now. She's always been an early adapter and being on the cutting edge of technology and just leveraging systems. So we're going to talk tonight about TAVAVERSE, which is the platform that she joined and partnered with our CEO, Mr. Kenny Lloyd and Shantae Lloyd. They created Tava about 4 years ago, which is a health and wellness company, because we understand that our bodies, if we're making all this money and we're not healthy enough to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and what is it all for? So they had the brilliant idea to bring together this convergence, if you will, of amazing people that are doing amazing things in their own right. And they decided to partner up because we understand that if we want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go further, go together. And so that's what we're doing here at TAVAVERSE. And joining me tonight is Miss Tiffaney Williams. And she is amazing at this credit game and funding. And she's also one of our partners here on TAVAVERSE. So I want Miss Tiffaney, if you just share a little bit about, what you bring to TAVAVERSE.
Well, hello, TAVAVERSE. I am excited to be here per usual. I want to thank Dr. Jewel again for entrusting me to bring value into the community. And I am excited to have partnered with you all as well. I'm sorry about the noise, but it's not really good Wi-Fi where I am. So I had to kind of step out to make sure that we can, hear everything well. But what I'm bringing to TAVAVERSE, you guys, is an extension of wealth strategies that you guys already have. One thing about it, they have the real estate locked down. They have the gold and the commodities locked down. They have the credit, masters in the credit industry. They have so many different variables that give you an opportunity to actually maximize and have value in our flow of the network. So for you
Mhm.
to have a one-stop shop opportunity, for you to have the ability to have the right connections at the right time, is really a game changer.
Mhm.
You are actually in a winning. Um, you are in a winning space. You are in a winning opportunity. You have winners you are attached to. And one thing about Jewel, she has mastered, just as you said, she has mastered money. She has
Mhm.
mastered strategies. So what I'm bringing is more strategies, guys. What I'm bringing is giving you the opportunity to learn how to build your businesses, build them correctly, build them so that you can obtain funding. Because we don't just build businesses just to have them, just to be cute and say we're a CEO or we're a business owner. We want to have the opportunity to leverage the asset that we have in the business sector to make more money, create it
Mhm.
passively, diversify, and have the capability of creating generational wealth and passing it down to our
Mhm.
children's, to our children's children's children, and to
Mhm.
actually have an opportunity to sell if that's what we desire to do, if we don't want to pass it down. So
Right.
building your business correctly, leveraging your business correctly, but actually learning systems in place that are wealth strategies implemented, such as the trust. A
Mhm.
lot of people, they're starting to speak about trust. They weren't that
Yeah.
popular. You hear all
Right.
the prenup, you hear all of the,
Mhm.
the court stuff that's going back and forth. But a trust is the real only asset protection. We hear
Yeah.
so frequently, own nothing, control everything. Own nothing, control
Yes.
everything.
Mhm.
They love putting that saying out, not
Yeah.
knowing the own nothing and control everything comes from the operation of you learning how to live in your trust.
Mhm.
And basically, when it comes to a trust, you're separating your public man from your private man. And a lot of
Okay.
people do not understand the value in that. So
Mhm.
I am bringing the expedited credit restoration. I'm bringing the incorporating and structuring the business correctly. I'm bringing the funding resources. I have hundreds of connections and VPs and people that push the button on different
Mhm.
funding opportunities. But we also have to know what the banking systems are going through right now. Having
Right.
some of the largest banks shut down, so rules of engagement is changing. You have to almost have a perfect credit score, personally and on the business side,
Mhm.
because they
Right.
want less liabilities. So
Mhm.
we're bringing a multitude of wealth strategies that I'm coming aboard to finalize and put certain puzzle pieces together to add to what TAVAVERSE and what Dr. Jewel is already implemented in place for the Tava community.
Awesome, awesome. Miss Tiff, you got a lot that that you bring to the table. And what I love is the fact that you're number one, you already are a boss in your own right. You don't need to, link up with Tabaverse. So what made you decide to, bring your expertise to the table? Because you're out there already doing it and making it happening for your family and those that are around you. What made this an opportunity that you said, I'm going to hitch my wagon to Tabaverse and, just help the community?
So I think for me, you are a product of your environment. And when you have a certain level of fave fives or accountability partners or coaches or mentors, you gain a respect for certain people that are in certain spaces. And what I've learned, everything that Dr. Jewel is attached to has always turned to gold. She has amazing credibility. And it's a black owned, it is black owned. And for me,
Mhm.
when I went to the event and I seen how humble the CEO was and how nice and inviting his wife was, right? It's a family dynamic. And trust was built not on me knowing those two people, but the
Mhm.
trust was built by me knowing Dr. Jewel for over 12 years and being in certain platforms with her. and watching her code of ethics and watching
Mhm.
how she delivers and the level of excellence that she has. So it was easy for me to make that decision because I'm attached to excellence in every capacity. So for
Mhm.
me, TAVAVERSE represents a certain level of excellence. And the people who she has had around her for years is still around her with love, such as
Mhm.
Marquita, Camille, and they have the
Mhm.
same spirit. It's not about transactions, it's about curating real relationships, solid
Yes.
relationships that are lifelong. And that is one
Mhm.
of the things that I pride myself on connecting with other, not only other connectors or wealth builders, but other individuals who have a heart for people and and
Mhm.
and want everybody to win. That is
Oh.
really important for me. I know that her and her team wants everybody to win. And
Mhm.
I'm a big cheerleader. I'm right there with them. And our desire is to change lives one brick at a time. So I'm all for it.
Awesome, awesome, Miss Tiff. That's amazing. And that, I'm a testament of Dr. Jules' um desire to see everybody around them win. I connected with her back in 2016, and my life, my husband and I, we have 5 children, and we were in real estate back in 2008 and lost everything, filed for bankruptcy. We're just at rock bottom. And when I met Dr. Jewel, we were just like coming up for air. It's about 2016, 2017. And just having her that the wealth of knowledge, you may think that you need certain things in place, but I always say success leaves clues. We don't have
Absolutely.
to reinvent the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Just follow someone that's gone where you trying to get to. And that's what I love about this community. Each and every one of our partners, and yourself included, Miss Tiffany, you can go out and you do amazing things on your own, but you guys have decided to bring all of your information, your resources to the table, and people that are connected to this community are able to benefit. You said the people that push the buttons. We've seen it in other realms, if you will. I'm trying, just keeping it PC here, but we've seen other people prosper just by knowing the right person. They didn't have to jump through certain hoops or whatever. They were just in by association. And as you mentioned earlier, your environment is everything. So everybody here at TAVAVERSE, number one, is committed to seeing everybody succeed, because although I can go up alone, is life is much better when everyone eats. That's one of our mantras that I've adapted, over the past couple of months. And just seeing, as you mentioned, that the banks are collapsing, the frameworks that people are so used to attaching themselves to are just collapsing all around us. So the old adage, or just going to school, getting a good job, working 40 years at that job, trying to retire on a pension, that formula no longer works today. And if you're not connected to the right people or the right information, you'll still you know try to live in a world that no longer exists. And I heard something earlier today, is like a lot of people are not even being invited to tables because they don't even know that they exist. Number one, they don't even know certain opportunities are available to them. They've pushed it off, for whatever reason. That's for wealthy people, that's for rich people. And what I'm learning here at Tomaverse is that you don't need a lot. You just need to know what to do with the little that you have. We're able to grow that here. You talked about expediting credit restoration. Why is credit important? A lot of people in my community and my family, they just want to pay cash for everything. I don't want credit cards. I don't want all that hassle. Why is credit important in today's economy?
Well, credit is your financial report card, and the habits that you have financially will show in that credit report card.
Mhm.
A lot of people are not financially sovereign. A lot of people don't even understand their credit reports or the value that they have. A lot of people just want to increase the score and purchase a home, right? But credit is so much bigger than that. The leverage that you have obtaining high credit scores, the opportunities that you have that allows you to sit at certain tables is why you should desire to have a 750 plus credit score. Because one thing about it, once you have a 750 credit score and above, you have created a financial habit of understanding. And the inability that most people have in our community, in our culture, you have beat all odds being able to attain a strong profile that you can leverage at any given time. Because, see, we have a certain level of intellectual property. But when you
Mhm.
have the opportunity to utilize OPM, and OPM is not just being other people's money, it's other people's manufacturing, other people's mind
Mhm.
power, making money off other people's mistakes, right? You can always capitalize when you have a good credit score. It's not just about purchasing a home that you can live in, because that's an asset, and it's a hard asset, but it's also a liability because it's
Mhm.
not making you any money. We're headed to a huge recession. And in that recession, guess what? A lot of people are not going to be able to afford a lot of the lifestyle that they created because they do not have enough passive income or
Mhm.
streams of income that are diversified, that give them an opportunity to be able to pull money from different avenues. If I went
Mhm.
broke today, I have so much credit that I can pull from my credit cards that I can live for a minute. And that is extremely important to have. That is your credit should be, you know how people have like sugar daddies and stuff, right?
Yeah.
When you have a business, your business credit, your personal credit, that's your sugar daddy, right? That's
Wow.
your
Wow.
backbone. That's
Come
who you
on.
can rely on to
Yeah.
utilize when you are down, when it comes to the capital, the money, the coins, right? So
See?
when you don't have the coins at hand, but you have credit, you have full capability to go back. Instead of starting at square one, you have full capability to just hit the ground running and start completely over from wherever you are, leveraging your credit if you have the right intellectual property. So
No,
credit
no.
is extremely important. It's way bigger than just asset accumulation for desires, or having the home, having the personal car. It's for asset leverage opportunities.
Wow, wow. Y'all drop some fire emojis in the chat. Tiff just said your credit is like your sugar daddy. That was just like amazing. You can start over today. Just the amount of credit that you have. That's some boss talk right there.
Yeah,
I'm striving to get there. That's why I'm connecting with you, because I
yeah,
want to be able to have that testimony. But being connected to our other educators and credit partners and our resource partners like you, I'm going to be able to have that testimony in the next, 90 to 120 days, because
yes.
you know how to get to the end. And that's what I want to stress here. At TAVAVERSE, if you connected to this community, we help you get to the finish line quicker. The quickest path to any destination is a straight line. You don't have to go around the corner, back detours, all that, because we have the people that know, number one, what they're talking to. They have the receipts and they're willing to show you how to do it. Get back with the person that's tagging you, get back with the person that invited you to watch this. If you're watching it on someone's page, definitely get back with them. Ask them, how can I be a part of this community? Because as Tiff just said, we are entering into recession. To some, the recession has already started. You've seen it in certain sectors. The collapse of these huge banking institutions with billions of dollars in assets becoming insolvent. It's like in this technologically advanced, community and world that we live in, how can a, multi, $200 billion company collapse in 2023? So you seeing all these foundations being shaken, and you do not want to be a victim of that. Connecting with TAVAVERSE allows you to be a partaker and a benefactor. As I mentioned, in 2008, I was a victim of the real estate crash. In 2023, I'm reading the writing on the wall, and I'm positioning my family to benefit from that. Major banks gave, this is just an example, Robert Kiyosaki over $300 million in 2008 to pick up all those distressed assets. Now he has $1 billion real estate portfolio, over 6,000 doors, over 6,000 units he accumulated because he was in a position to capitalize on that. Wealth and money is never destroyed, it's only transferred. So if you're not in the right position, this next, recession that's coming around, you will unfortunately fall victim to that. But there's good news because you don't have to. Just connect with the right people at the right time, having the right information will definitely position your family and creating that generational wealth that is available to us. It's not a pipe dream. People are actually, generating passive and multiple streams of income right in front of us. And people that look like me, Dr. Jewel, a Black woman, very successful. So it's like, if she can do it, so can I. I watched a clip earlier today, as we talking about Black women to succeed. I love my husband, but I want to have independent wealth. Once women give up their power financially, a lot of people feel stuck. And what I want, some women, we got a lot that's on here now. I'm watching this chat going up. We want to make sure that we are independently wealthy. I love my husband. He takes care of business. He takes care of me. He treats me like a queen. But I want to make sure, and that's why I connected with TAVAVERSE, because I wanted to make sure that I was able to stand on my 2 feet. Life happens all the time. I have 5 kids, and I don't want to just be leaning on one person, to make it happen. Before we wrap, Miss Tiff, can you talk a little bit more of the power of the trust?
Absolutely. So, what I was about to get at, just piggybacking off of you with the independent women, I fully understand the power of having a successful marriage and working together and, building and then building individually for the woman in itself. That's why it's so important to have a trust, because you own nothing and control everything when it comes to a trust. A trust gives you an opportunity to not only have anonymity, which is the privacy and secrecy of them not knowing what all you own, but it also eliminates the courts, probate, family
Mm,
fighting, all of those different things, even before marriage, it eliminates you having to do a prenuptial agreement because you are the trustee.
mm,
You can't even be the first source of the trust. You're not the owner of the trust. You live in the trust. You are a trustee. So, as the trustee, you can opt into having another secondary trustee, or you can have beneficiaries. So, for me, it's about asset protection at the highest level. It's about
mm,
having the opportunity to be tax deferred. And tax deferred does not mean, oh, I'm going to not pay any taxes because I have this trust in place. No, you when you have the trust separates your public man from your private man. Your private man is you individually. Your public man would be if you operate and have an LLC or corporation or things to that nature, right? That's the public side. The feds are real. The government is real. Uncle Sam is going to want some of his taxes, right? But you
mm,
have an opportunity to not just not pay 33% or 17% as an employee, right? 33% as an entrepreneur, but you can pay taxes only on fun, food, or fashion, right? You
mm,
have to have the right back office in place as far as your compliance team. You have to live in it. It's not just about getting the documents and having the beneficiaries and having the trust in place. It's actually learning the verbiage on the trust, learning how to walk in the trust, and learning how to live in the sovereign side, separating your public and private side with the trust. You, as the individual, you have every right to be protected, and your business has every right to be protected. But in order to protect it correctly in the way that the wealthy does, you have to have a trust. Donald Trump, and I'm going to use this and then I'm a speed it up, but the reason Donald Trump has never went to prison is because he operates from a public and private sector. That is one of the reasons why they cannot get him on anything. That is one of the reasons why he pays minimal taxes. That is one of the reasons why when you live in a trust and you're public and private, the only way that you can officially get in trouble is if you do bodily harm. Guess what they did? They put a rape case on him because that's considered bodily harm.
come on.
That man has lived in a trust and lived as a sovereign individual for many, many years. And there are so many other wealth builders exactly like that. But as you said, you cannot sit at these tables if you do not qualify. You have
Mm,
to pay to play. And TAVAVERSE is giving you an opportunity to have a one-stop shop so that you can pay to play, to have the resources and the connections to get you there much faster, because all of the individuals that are high level frequency, operate and sit at those tables are a part of the village here that is creating wealth for the TAVAVERSE community.
That's
But
amazing.
the trust, baby, the trust gives you an opportunity to live a fruitful life because you
Mm.
understand the game. The world
See?
is nothing but a money game, but a bank. It's just going to circulate. Money
Mm-hmm.
is not, money doesn't go from hand to hand. It goes from nation to nation. It's electromagnetic. It's
Come
so
on.
easy when you get money to keep making money because you have already created, you've already enhanced your intellectual property,
Mm-hmm.
and you've already been around so much wealth that is contagiously energized inside of you, inside and out. So you got to get around the right people. You have to have the right team. It's not about what you know, it's about who knows what you don't know.
Come on.
So,
See?
that's, it's a lot to it, and I
It
know it's
is.
214 classified.
It's a lot, but it she Tib, you haven't even scratched the surface. I know just dropping this sauce, as Dr. Jewel would say, and this isn't high level. This is just foundational stuff. So guys, definitely connect with the Towerverse community, because that's what we are. We are building a community of like-minded individuals that have the right information you don't even know that you don't know. How about that? You don't know that you don't. It's like I sit in these at these tables and my mind is blown each and every time. I'm in the rooms, I'm on the calls, I'm seeing the fruit from one or two different conversations and then creating a 6 and 7 figure deal within 20 minutes. That's not far-fetched. That's normal. People talking about the price of eggs and gas, whatever. And the conversations I'm in is like, oh, I just did, 10M, or I'm closing on this deal, or I'm getting 20 doors.
Absolutely.
It's a different conversation. Certain things that other people worry about, you don't worry about on the next level. And that's what I want to invite you that's watching. If somebody, share this video, if you're watching it in replay, we want to invite you to the table, because it's room for everyone. The scarcity mindset says, I'm too late, or, that's not for me. But abundance says everybody has a piece and it's constantly, expanding itself. All you have to, number one, do is just believe, number one, that it's possible for you, and then connect with the right people to help you, achieve those goals. And that's what we do. We sit around every single day, Monday through Friday. We're in class, we're learning, the language of wealth. We're learning how the Rockefellers, the Vanderbilts built generational wealth, how, over 200 people are still benefiting from what Rockefeller did back in 1900. He started in oil and then he evolved into real estate and then he got the trust. We're learning these tools that's been enacted and working for others. Literally, you don't have to hate the game, hate the player, you learn the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't hate. Just come on over here. There's room for you at the table. So I'm not gonna hold everybody. We about at the 30-minute, 9:30 here. We've shared a lot. Number one, get back with the person that invited you to watch this video. If you're watching in replay, reach out to me, reach out to Tiff. People want to get in contact with you, Miss Tiffaney. Is there what's your social media, or how do they do that?
So my social media, my Instagram is Dr. Tiffaney, Tiffany Williams. And I think the best way to get a hold of me is to go through whoever you sign up with, because if you contact me on social media, you're not gonna get the same red carpet effect that you would coming through TAVAVERSE. You have an opportunity to have the resources in the palm of your hand. You have to be connected in order to receive our red carpet treatment. So you more than welcome to contact me, but I would suggest that you contact me through TAVAVERSE.
Okay. I love it. I love it. Come on with the redirect. redirect, because a lot of our, this is just one person, but we're building a resource page, and our CEO was talking today. He was like, man, people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to get access to our resources. And people that are connected to TAVAVERSE, you get it by default. You
Absolutely.
come, you come on board and just join, link up with us. So I thank you so much, Tiffaney, for your time. And I definitely look forward to working with you and just, seeing more of hearing rather more of the testimonials of things that are going to happen right here in 2023. This isn't, putting off for 2 or 3 years. We're closing out this second half of this year super strong. And it's a lot of us that's doing it. We just want to invite you to the table and just remember, the biggest hindrance to learning is thinking that you already know. Some of this stuff may have sound familiar or whatever, but it's like, don't lean on that, because what worked yesterday is not working today. We're seeing the economy change quickly. It used to take these business cycles, 5 and 10 years to cycle. It's coming quicker, 6 to 12 months, we on something else. So definitely don't wait. Get back with the person that invited you to watch this replay. Share this replay, because we want everybody at the table. We're not excluding anyone. If you come on board, you're going to benefit as well. But we're going to the top. So again, thank you, Miss Tiffaney. Do you have any closing remarks you would like to leave with
I
us?
do. I do. Procrastination is the key to being unsuccessful. And if you don't bet on you, nobody else will. And I believe in TAVAVERSE, they have something for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So the only thing stopping you is your lack of execution. And for me, all of my VIPs and those I coach, I teach them to execute in excellence without excuses. You will only lose if you do not try. And if something does not go your way, those lessons build a multitude of character inside of you. They help you increase your net worth. So if you make it, if it's easy, it's not going to have longevity. So
Mm-hmm.
just bet on yourself. That's it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Dropping the mic there. Nothing else to add. Thank you guys for joining us. Get back with the person that invited you, and come on, we'll see you on the inside of TAVAVERSE. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.